Hello, my name is Luis. I am a sophomore at YVC, and I am currently enrolled into the Running Start program. My goal today is to teach and inform you about sloths and their interesting attributes to the study of biology. Today I will start off by giving my presentation on a sloth, but not just any sloth, but rather the pygmy three-toed sloth species. I chose this animal because I have always been a fan of sloths due to their likability. Now we'll get more into details of the specific animal. The pygmy three-toed sloth can also be known as the dwarf sloth as well as the monk sloth. The pygmy three-toed sloth is a species of a sloth that is located precisely in the Isle of Escudo de Veraguas. The approximate size of this species consists of a size of height 19 to 20 inches long, and their body mass consisting between 5 pounds to 7 pounds. They also have really long arms that can be up to twice as long as their legs. 3 finger-like claws that can be utilized to reach high places such as trees and many other areas. Their claws can be used as great tools to find and obtain food as well. Their behavior is widely known to be extremely slow and to lack any sort of movement. This is due to their metabolism and the speed of it. Sloths do not need to make so many movements, so their diet consists of low amounts of calories. They also spend most of their time just hanging on trees and being extremely calm with little to no movements. A quick fun fact is that they can spend a total of 7 days holding in their urine and their feces. Their feces is widely known to be used as a fertilizer as well for plants and to help growth as well. They tend to reach the ground only when they need to finally relieve themselves, and after they do, they will reach back up to the tree once again. Sloths also reproduce sexually with a partner and a mate. The pregnancy for the mother lasts around only 10 months, and she will also tend to spend 6 months with the baby sloth close to her, teaching its way how to live once it is born. Until they are fully grown and aged to 9 months of age, that is when the mother will finally set them free and they will be able to be on their own. Now, we will move on to the topic of the sloth's ecological status. Believe it or not, sloths provide habitats for insects and algae because their fur is like a perfect environment for them to thrive and grow. These little critters can stay in there and make their habitat in that area into a home, creating as well as a great environment around the sloth. The algae also tends to change the natural color of the sloth, making it also a camouflage for the animal to not be seen by other predators or other animals as well. This one can also be good for when they are sleeping, such as they cannot be seen, or it can also become really difficult for them to be seen. These unique relationships for these organisms benefit the environment and ecosystem as well by increasing the growth of algae and, strangely enough, creating new homes for smaller insects that can be captured by other predators. These small traits start to play a much bigger role in everything and can slowly build up the ecosystem, creating a huge collaborative area for many organisms. Can you believe it? One of the slowest animals in the world having such a small role that can improve almost the whole entire ecosystem on its own, keeping the population well balanced with algae and other stuff as well. Well, here comes the saddest part of it all. Although these beloved animals are known and loved everywhere, this specific species is on the verge of extinction. The numbers of these species have been going lower and lower as the years go by. This is due to many factors in these areas that affect their growth and population. One of the biggest factors would be the destruction of their habitat by other factors, such as consisting of humans and global warming play a huge role as well, destroying their homes and creating disadvantages for them in the ecosystem, losing their habitat and having a lack of food. This makes sloths an easier target for upper predators that will seek to find them, making these creatures extremely vulnerable and sensitive to other factors, and that may gradually affect them. Losing sloths can also be damaging to the ecosystem when it comes to the food web aspect of them. Sloths are in the middle of the food web, in which their diets consist of leaves, in which they are mainly vegetarian with low calories amount. They are known to be a primary consumer, sitting at the middle of the food web, where they consume leaves and have other prey hunting them as well. One of its biggest main predators would be the alligator. Now, We will next see the next part of my presentation. We are slowly coming to the end of it. Next, we move on to how we as humans and a society have played a role into the sloths' lives. One of the few fun facts would be how sloths have played a huge role in a lot of pop culture, making them one of the most well-known animals just by simply being viewed on a picture. One of the most known being the character from Zootopia. This scene was widely known by a lot of people and seen as an ironic scene showing the slow speed of the sloth. Ironically, he drives a super fast car and the driver slowly pulls down his window, making millions and millions of people laugh. Sloths easily brought so much happiness to so much humans, yet we bring sadness to them. And now we go back to the sad part of the ecological status of sloths. Although they are beloved by millions of humans, they are slowly losing more and more numbers, making their species decrease gradually in great amounts. Although humans are the ones damaging the population, over the years there has been organizations and people wanting to protect these precious animals, wishing for change, watching over them, and making sure that they are perfectly okay. There have been stories where local authorities protect the sloths if anyone even decides to come near them. Other organizations are watching them in a natural ecosystem, helping them reach for food and taking good care of them and seeing the numbers growing back up again. These organizations dedicate themselves to fully taking care of these animals, and they are now being grown, studied, and being watched over to make sure no predators or humans harm their homes, destroying their ecosystem. These brave organizations strive for change and will do as much as they can in their power to protect these creatures. Resource management is extremely established in these areas, as well as to ensure that they receive enough food and rest for good amounts of time. It is quite saddening to see these excruciating numbers being so low, but it is extremely good to see the numbers slowly rise due to the actions of humans. Humans were harming sloths without even knowing. Now they can strive for change. We all wish that one day these sloths will see the light of day where they can fully naturally rest in their habitat without having to worry of extinction. Thank you for your time.